When we talk about multipartism and the push towards that, it was not an easy struggle. It is a struggle that unfortunately lives were lost. People were injured and maimed. And finally it got here and it said, hey, voila, finally we are here. We are able to choose whoever it is we want to choose. We are able to fight for other rights that are enshrined in the Constitution case of Kenya through the Constitution 2010. But as time have continued to pass, the more we've continued to slide back. And one asks the question, the idea of democracy as wananchi or the citizens are pushing doesn't seem to be the same idea of democracy that would be political class identify with. Why is there seemingly a difference or a misunderstanding between these two groups?
Well, I think this misunderstanding has been brought about by the leaders themselves. But the idea of democracy is a unifying thing that, especially in what we call representative democracy, where citizens cede some of their rights and sovereignties to these leaders through elective or elections. And that's why the fundamental preamble of many constitutions is we the people, and then now they cede the sovereignty through certain provisions, elective positions, representative positions, and the like. So ideally, that should be the idea of democracy. And of course, I understand where you come from, that there is some form of a mismatch of what the citizens conceive the idea of democracy, whereas there is another perception of how the leaders view democracy. And these two constituents, that is the people and the leaders, should work in harmony, because the democracy is also about delivering of services to the people. And one of the drawbacks of recent in terms of why democracy is failing, and if you look at different surveys and studies around the future of democracy, is that there's a feeling that democracy is not delivering on development, and that is why you find there are those case studies where people say, look, there are countries that are autocratic or authoritarian that are actually doing very well in terms of development, and they cite the example of China, they cite the example of, for example, Russia and other autocratic leaderships or countries. But again, I think there are also good governance models that have also yielded some form of development, whereas when we have a representative democracy and democracy that really works for the people. So I think this mismatch is mostly brought about by the leaders that these people